Okay, let's begin our class. So, on today's agenda, we will have Excel basics, opening of Excel, the screen layout, then data entry, then formatting the cells, and saving in different formats. Now, before we begin, so if people wants to know that from where we can begin, normally everyone has this idea that Excel will be installed or something. There's one more option. Those who don't have Excel installed, what they can go is they can just go to, I will share my screen and I'll show it to you. I hope my screen is visible to all. So it's very easy when you go. So there is one option called as Office 365. You can log in into it and then you can just use it. Or you have Excel dot. This will take you to a brand new Excel online. There's no need of purchasing or anything. This is as good as your Excel offline application. You will have all the features, limited features, not all. There are certain limited features, but um, the advantage of using online, it is free of cost. Okay, first. And second, you can, the online Excel has quick updates. Like whenever Microsoft releases any new update with respect to Excel, online Excel gets updated for the first. If not, you can download the Excel, like you can purchase it from the excel.com, like outlook.com, sorry, office.com, and you can buy the subscription and install it. You can purchase it from the outlets and then download and then install. So when you go for the downloaded version, it will look similar, something like this. Okay, let me close this. Now, say when you download, this is your home page. Okay. Here in your home page, you will have by default the templates, whichever there are a number of templates available with Excel. You can use those templates, or you can use the blank workbook, the basic one. Okay. Now, let's say about the templates part. Okay. Now, there are a number of templates available over here. You can see here. So in these templates, these are readily created templates or data. You just need to update it and you will get all the details. Some of the very interesting templates are like your family budget. You can take this template, fill in the blanks from where the data is coming and where how the data will work out. Okay. And the other one which I would like to bring to your notice is your travel expense, where you can calculate your travel expenses. You can plan your travel expenses. So let's begin with our blank workbook. Now, this is our blank workbook. Uh, there is one person raising hand. Am I not audible to you all? मेरी आवाज नहीं आ रही है आपको? Um, Shoaib bhai,
Give the thumbnail. Yeah, audible.
जी, uh,
Anyone commenting?
एक ने डाला था सर, अभी किसी ने हैंड रेज किया, आसिफ भाई।
Audible है. I think it's okay. We can carry on.
ओके, आसिफ भाई, मैंने आपको अनम्यूट किया है, आप अनम्यूट करके सवाल पूछ सकते हैं। मोहम्मद आसिफ, इफ यू हैव एनी क्वेश्चन।
सर आई हैव ए क्वेश्चन अबाउट द एक्सेल। मेरे पास सर 2010 वाला वर्जन है, तो कोई प्रॉब्लम तो नहीं है?
नहीं नहीं, सारे ऑलमोस्ट वर्क हो जाएगा सर, कोई इशू नहीं है। हम
ओके
लोग
सर, थैंक
ऑफिस 365 वाला एक्सेल यूज कर रहे हैं, बट 2010 है ना, वो सेम ही है फीचर्स ऑलमोस्ट।
ओके सर, थैंक
Okay, now going forward, I'll start sharing my screen. I hope my screen is visible to all. Now, just to give an idea, before we begin with our hard coding or something, some of the most useful and common usage of Microsoft Excel. One is to analyze data. So say we have a n number of data available, and if our senior or if we want to know something, for an instance, say if a teacher, there are teachers over here. So if a teacher wants to know that in our entire school where we have a strength of around 6,000 students, I would like to know how many are boys and girls. So 6,000 boys and girls, counting each one, asking the class teachers, respective HODs will be difficult. So I know nowadays there are many smart applications available where you just type in the query and you'll get it. But that can be easily achieved using an Excel tool. You have all the data in the Excel, and you can just filter the data according to the gender, and you will get a total of a count of how many girls are there in the school, how many boys are there. And then if you want to know the total strength of a specific class, you can just filter it out and you can get it. This is just one simple idea with respect to school. And then we have the biggest use of analyzation of data is in sales. Say when you are running a company and you are the boss of the company and you are selling multiple products. You have a team where you have around 10 employees who are into sales, and you have around five different products, and you would like to know that on daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, or annual basis, what is the sales done or what is the sales achieved by each of your sales representative, and which of the product is at the highest sale on a specific quarter, on a specific month. And all this thing and all this data can easily be achieved using Excel by analyzing data concepts. Now, second one is the calculation. Excel is very beautiful tool for calculating your data. You can calculate the data with simple and easy formulas. And third is Excel is used for creating graphs and charts. And the very last is storing huge data for a quick reference. These are some of the most useful and common data, common usage of Excel. Okay. जी आसिफ भाई, आपने फिर से हाथ रेस किया है, आप अनम्यूट करके सवाल पूछ सकते हैं। आसिफ भाई?
नहीं सर, मैंने नहीं पूछा, वो पहले का ही है।
अच्छा, तो मैं आपका हैंड निकाल देता हूँ। Fine. So let's begin. Now, as I said, to begin with, you can start it with excel.new। ये एक ऑनलाइन टूल है, आप वहाँ से इसको यूज़ कर सकते हैं, या आप इसको परचेज करके भी यूज़ कर सकते हैं। एक चीज़ थी, जैसे कि बहुत सारे लोग क्रैक्ड वर्जन या एक करप्टेड वर्जन यूज़ करते हैं। देखिए, आई एम नॉट टेलिंग यू नॉट टू यूज़ दोस, but using crack version of applications will put your system into risk. Okay, I am not supporting Microsoft or any specific company for that, but ये है कि genuine यूज करेंगे, फीचर्स सारे मिलेंगे, अपडेट करने में इजी होगा, बहुत सारे फीचर्स मिलेंगे। क्रैक वर्जन में बहुत सारे लिमिटेशंस होते हैं, रेस्ट्रिक्शंस होते हैं, तो वो एक चीज़ होगी। और दूसरा, देर आर मल्टीपल फ्री अवेलेबल अल्टरनेटिव्स टू एक्सेल। अगर आप एक्सेल यूज करते हैं तो 90% ऑफ एक्सेल फीचर्स आप दूसरे फ्री वालों एप्लीकेशंस में भी यूज कर सकते हैं। इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट कि एक्सेल सीख लिया तो दूसरे में दूसरे कोई कमांड्स होंगे या दूसरा कोई ये होगा। नो, इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट। You can use it in all the applications which are similar to Excel. Now, some of the interesting facts about Excel. Now, you can see this. This is called as an active cell. ये एक जो selected है अभी, this is called as an active cell. This thing is an entire, this is a row, and these are columns. So, in Excel, you have nearly 16,384 columns. That is more than 16,000 columns in the active sheet or spreadsheet. And then you have more than a million rows. More than a million. That's just to be on a specific, it is 10,48,576 rows. And the number of cell available in single sheet is more than 17 billion. So the canvas or the let's say this thing as a canvas, it's almost like an infinite. We will never use these many cells or these many rows and all, but just there's no limit. Hence, it has almost more than 17 billion cells. जी शहनाज जी, आपने आपका सवाल।
Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम सलाम जी।
How do I know if I have a cracked version?
When you start using Excel and say you are connected to internet, okay, and within no time you will uh, you'll get a message that your Windows is not activated, or your Windows, sorry, your Excel is not activated, or your Excel is activated with the corporate key or something like that. In that scenario, it is a cracked version. It gets detected very easily when you are connected to internet, and then your Excel will start accumulating your resources, very high resources. It will slow your system and all. I guess I have cleared your question.
Okay.
Thank you. शुएब भाई, एक यूजर स्क्रिबल कर रहे हैं, देखिए थोड़ा।
ओके, मैं देखता हूँ।
Now, to begin with, in each of the active cell, okay, we can have, this is called as an active cell. This cell can have three possible three possible data. One is your text, the other one is a value, or formula. Now, text can be anything, an alphanumeric thing, like you can say, hello world 123. It's not specific that you will always be typing numbers or letters. It can be an alphanumeric key, and that will be constituted as a text. Now, when we say numbers, when we type only pure numbers, it will be numbers. And you can see over here, when I type number, it automatically gets right justified. And when I type any text, it automatically gets left justified. This is the by default feature of Excel so that it helps us in the calculation part. And now the third very important part is formula. So if I say equals to, this gives us the formula part. Okay. Now, one of the interesting part over here is, say you're working in a system and your Excel is open and someone randomly comes to you and he says that, what is the sum of, say, four different integers like 10 plus 2 plus something. For that, if the number is quite easy, you can do it by yourself. Or what you'll do, you'll take a calculator and you'll go ahead and you'll just calculate and give. Far easy would be, the Excel is open, I can just say 1 plus 98 plus 34 plus 87 and just say enter. It will give you the value there itself. No need of any things. This is not only with respect to sum, it is respect to any basic formula which you want. Say you have around, now if someone comes and they ask you what is like 100 divided by 10. Sorry. Yeah, I've changed the setting. Now that as well as 90 minus 10. Oh, first for that I have to add equals 90 minus 10. This equals 100 divided by 10. 10. So in each of the cell, you can calculate. Now, can you see here? When I click on the active cell, which I used a formula, in the formula bar, you will have the formula. Now, before diving deep into this, let's have a quick overview of what Excel looks like. There are so many formulas, so many things about this. We just spoke about the active sheet. Now, before diving into some hard coded, what do you say, uh, data entry calculations and all, let's just have a look into what exactly. There are so many formulas and all. So we'll see into that. Now, to just give an overview, yeah. Now, can you see this? This is the screen. This is the actual description about the tools and all. Now, the upper bar is the quick access toolbar. Okay. Now here you can see book one, that is Excel. This is the workbook name. This is the search. And then here you can see who has logged in into the Excel and some of the basic controls like minimize, maximize, and close. Now, second comes the ribbon. The ribbon consists of two important parts. One is the menus which are available and the sub menus associated with those menus. Okay, some quick access menus like alignments where we would like to have center alignment, left alignment, right alignment, and all those things. And if we want to format the things, those are available in the ribbon. Now, this over here, A1, say when you select one active cell, it is in column A, row 1. So in the name box, it shows as A1. ये जो भी कॉलम आप जो भी सेल आप सेलेक्ट करेंगे उस सेल के हिसाब से ये आपको नेम बॉक्स में पता चलेगा एंड इफ यू आर सेलेक्टिंग मल्टीपल कॉलम्स एंड रोज वहां पे आपको वो पूरा ये दिखेगा ना जस्ट टू शो यू See here, this is D9. So what if ये D9 आपको दिखाई दे रहा है? This is D9. Now what if I select this? It is C9 के सारे rows हैं. Now if I select like this, it shows the first one which is selected. This is C9. Now this entire thing is the worksheet. Here we have a worksheet tab. You can see this is called as worksheet tab. You can add as many sheets as you want. Then we have the new worksheet button, this plus one, through which you can add the sheets. Then this is called as a status bar. This entire thing. Say, now when I selected these, you can see here in the status bar, we have three basic functions and their results. Now, it gives me a count of number of columns, like number of column we have selected. In one column, we have selected around 5 rows. So the count is 5. And the total of all these numbers which are available, it shows here. And the average of it automatically shows in the status bar. So whenever you are doing, for a quick reference, say you have a data of a very large data, and you want to have a sum or an average of a specific cell, you just select those numbers and automatically you'll get the count, sum, and average of it total here only in the status bar. Now we have our page weave buttons. These are called as the page weave. This is a grid weave, this normal where we have rows and columns. This is page layout, and this is page break preview. Now here we have our zoom in, zoom out option. So you can zoom in as much as you want, and you can zoom out. By default, it will be around 100. For a safer, we'll go with 200 or 250 so that you can see this. Okay. Now, apart from that, we have our scroll bars. These are the scroll bars which we have. We can scroll among horizontally over here. And here, this is the vertical scroll. We can scroll. Miss Aditi?
I actually didn't understand the status bar this thing.
Okay, you didn't understand the status bar, no problem. I'll go through it once again. Shoaib bhai, इस scribble का थोड़ा देखिए. Someone is again.
ऑलरेडी उनको मैं निकाल दिया था, अभी वापस ज्वाइन किया.
अच्छा. Okay. So let's say I have a column over here. Say I have some data over here. So this is 10, this is 45, this is 56, and this is 87. There are around 4 values over here. And I want to have the sum of all these things. Now imagine this entire sheet compromises of some lot many data, and you want just a sum of all these 4 values. Just select these, and you will have the sum of all these 4, that is 198, and this give you the count. Now you just to cross verify or to be assured about it whether you're counting the correct number of values. Say if I ask you to give me a sum of the 4 different products. So I've asked you for 4 different products. So you have selected only, you have to make sure that you have selected only 4. That gives you the count. Then the sum it gives you, and that sum divided by 4, that will be your average. I hope I have answered your question. And now let's proceed just to quickly finish our part. Okay, now we finished. There's one very important thing. This is formula bar. Formula bar can be used to write lengthy formulas, or it can be used to append the data. Okay. Now let's begin with data entry. That will give you a clear example of this formula bar. इदरिस भाई आप अनम्यूट करके आपका सवाल पूछ सकते हैं.
Uh, Thank you so much. So far, it's a very wonderful session. In the status bar, you can have only average, total, or can we add more values to that?
You can add it, but that will be in the advanced level. By default, Excel gives you the average, count, and sum. Is your question clear, Idris bhai? Okay, now let's begin. Now, as we stated, to open a workbook, it's just simple. Open your Excel blank workbook. This is your total blank workbook. You can add the data over here. Say here, when we are entering the data, say this is hello world. Okay. And I can use the arrow keys to move up and down wherever we want. And if I want to move one step down, I can just use the enter key also. Now, when I go back to the hello world, and if I start typing on that, say new world, it will delete the previous information and the new information will be added. The hello world is gone. And this is called as um, updating the information. Now, if you want to append to it, so you can just do double click and then say new world. So your previous data is available and the new data will be added. Now, let's create one table. I would like to have a table where let's imagine we have a company. I'm selling one product, say cookies, and I would like to know how in the entire 2023, which is being passing now, how much I have done. So what I'll do is I will just add the product name over here, or and then the month, product sales. So say in now this is called as in Jan 23. Okay. Now say when I added Jan 23, Excel has many smart features which will automatically format the cell. Now this cell has been formatted to the date format. And in the formula bar, you can see it has taken the default date of 1st Jan 2003. Now I can keep on going Jan, Feb to March and all, but instead of that, I can just select the cell, go to the corner where my icon turns into a cross, and then I'll just click on it and I'll hold and drag it as for as many months I want. This is called as flash fill. Okay. You can just add the information and it will automatically get the data. Now, say in the month of Jan, I added around, like in the month of Jan, my cookie sale was around, to make it more clear, let's put it as sales. I have sold around 1,000 cookies. In the month of February, around 2,500. In February, around 4,500. And so going on similar something, some sales I have done. Now, Adding of data is very simple. You just select the row, add the value, and it's done. Now here we have added some numbers which are what do you say? We can read it out. But if it will be very good if we have a proper uh, formatting where we have commas after every hundreds and thousands and all. So what we will do is we'll just select, either you can select it like this, or you can select it all the rows of the specific column and just hit the comma. It will automatically format the cell. Say for 1000, it is 1 comma 000. Now we have decimal values also added to it. And if I'm not interested into this decimal values. So what I can do is I can just remove this. Okay. So it will automatically put a delimiter or a comma limiter after every thousands, 100,000s, millions, billions, and automatically it will put. And if it has any decimal values, it will give you the decimal values also. Now, say this table on the first part, I have all the sales of the cookies, and here is the month. But this doesn't look like a standard part. So what I'll do is I'll select my column and I'll move it. Now see here, if I want to move it, when I take the cursor to the edge and if I click and I move it, it will say there is already data over here. It will be replaced. So if you'll lose your data. So like this, you'll lose your data. So what if I want to change it? Say now I have around 6 columns, A, B, C, D, E, and I want to take the E column to the A. So the simple would be I will press the shift key and then I will take this. It will change the positions. Okay. There are so many questions. Okay. Let's take Mr. Zishan Khan. Mr. Zishan Khan, you can unmute and ask your question. Zishan Khan, okay. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, you are audible, Zishan. Go ahead, buddy.
Sir, my question is in the column of month, you just select January, February. If we want to increase the cell according to only for January month, the date is changed.
You are trying it in your system, Zishan?
No, I am not doing, but I am asking how we will do if we will only want January different days.
January different days.
Yes.
Say now this is Jan, and you have 1, 2 like this, and you want the dates. You just select it. You drag it as many days as you want.
No, not this one. In the same manner as you done in the January, February, it will be
Oh,
January 23, January 24, likewise.
date wise, right? Okay.
Yes.
So here, when I say 1 Jan 23, okay. This is clear?
Okay. Okay, fine.
Okay. Here
Thanks.
you can have the entire part as January. You can have the part as numbers. It's easy. Now here I just added 1 Jan 23. Say I'll add it as 1 1 23. Okay. Here it comes as this. Drag 2 3 4 up to 10 in a different mode. Okay.
Okay. Thanks.
Anytime. Okay. Ms. Shehnaz, you can unmute and ask your question.
So how to make it as a column, sales and month as a
Like
single column?
in a single column, you can merge it, but when you merge it in a single column, right, The
No, I mean
functionality,
like I have written sales and then I've just entered those numbers that you have entered. But when
okay,
you select it, it gets selected as a column, but I selected it, it gets selected as a single cell.
like this, you are getting like this.
Yeah, I'm getting it like that.
You just click on B, the entire column will be selected.
Okay, okay.
Okay, there are two ways to select. Say this, if you want to select only top four, you click on 1000, press your shift key and go down. As many columns, as many rows you want, you can go down and you will have. See again, I have the count of 4 and the total sum is 71,754. Okay. And say at the top and you want to select all, say shift, control and down. The entire, all the rows of that entire column will be selected. Shift, control and down. Okay.
Okay.
Now at the last we were at moving our columns. Okay. So I'll just go back. I'll take that quickly. Now we were here. Now I showed you if I want to move it and if I drag it like this, it will tell me that the data will be overridden. So what I'll do is I will go to the edge. Before I move it, I'll click shift and then I click and move it. So it will interchange or it will take you at that position and the remaining columns will be moved ahead. Okay. Now with this thing, say, now we have added this information. But one of the beauty or one of the best feature of Excel is tables. Everything is in form of table. That's why Excel is so beautiful. Now we have this information and this is raw. Now what if I want to have a table of this thing? So I'll not do anything. I'll just go to insert. Then I go to table. And when I click on table, you can see the data which is available in the sheet will be automatically selected. I have not selected it. The application by default has selects that and you can see it. It will give you a preview. And if it is okay, then you say, okay, done. You have all the data which you had entered is automatically converted into a table. Okay. Now you can change the color of these. You can change. You have all these different types of patterns, advanced colors, and all. You can change it whichever you like, and it will get adjusted to that part. Now with the table, there comes so many beautiful features. Okay. Now say we saw that by selecting the number of rows in a column, we'll get the count as well as sum over here. But what if I want to add it over here? So when you select the table, okay, when you select the table and no, once again, insert table. Okay. Now, when you select the table, you will get the table menu over here. Okay. And here you have total row, which is unselected. You just click on that. You will get the total row by default. Okay. This gives you the total of all these things. So in the year 2023, we have sold around 3,16,751 cookies. Now I want to know which month it was good and which month was very poor or something. The best way of doing that, like if we have a visual of that thing, it is very good, na? So what we will do is we'll select Control Shift. Okay. We'll just select the values. Okay. And here I'll go to conditional formatting, color scale. I'll select the color scale. This color scale and yeah. So our sales is what you say, 1000 is the lowest, say 456 is the lowest. So that is in the darkest, in the most red area. The next lowest is 897. That is the thing. Then comes 1000 and highest is our 82,374. That is in the darkest green. Okay. Uh, two persons have raised their hand. We have a limited time, so I would like you to start doing this thing. Now you open a workbook, okay? Add this data and then get me a total and the conditional statement, 4 different things. And I request all of the participants to do this. Take a screenshot and send it in the group. Let's not just keep this as a unidirectional thing, जहाँ पे मैं बात कर रहा हूँ और आप लोग बस देख रहे हैं या सुन रहे हैं. अभी 10 मिनट I'll give you time. आप लोग अपने सिस्टम को खोलिए, एक नया वर्कबुक ओपन कीजिए, यहाँ पे डेटा डालिए, and as I have done, let's do till that part. Okay. Meanwhile, I'll take questions. 10 minutes for you guys quickly. Shoaib bhai, just note down कि किन किन लोगों ने photos भेजे हैं. That will give us an idea who all are actively participating in this. Okay. Miss Alicia, you can unmute and ask your question.
Sir, I have a doubt on how to get the table. Like you drew the table, right, in different colors. I
Yeah.
don't understand that.
No issues. See, you select. So I'll do one thing. Just to show, okay, this is one random some random information. Now I want to put a table to this. Okay, I will not select anything. I will just go to insert, then I'll click on table. When I click on table, the application will automatically detect where the data is. Okay, it will give you a preview in a moving green outline. So if all your data is selected, you just say okay, and that gets converted into column. Simple. Is it clear, Miss Alicia? Miss Mariam, you can unmute and ask the question. Mrs. Mariam.
अस्सलाम वालेकुम सर.
वालेकुम सलाम.
सर, आपने जो कॉलम में डेटा डाला,
जी
आपका वो टोटल प्राइस आया, मैंने
जी
लिखा है लेकिन उसका टोटल नहीं आ रहा है, एडिशन नहीं हो रही है और मुझे ये कलर कॉलम भी नहीं बनाना आ रहा. कैसे करना है प्लीज एक दफा फिर एक्सप्लेन कर दें.
जी श्योर.
थैंक यू.
दिस इज माय डेटा. ये हमने रॉ डेटा डाला है. ओके अभी मुझे टेबल बनाना है. फर्स्ट अगेन आई जस्ट गो टू इंसर्ट. इंसर्ट एक मेन्यू होगा एक्सेल में, आप वहां पे जाइए और टेबल करके है. आई गेस मेरा स्क्रीन विजिबल है ना सबको. जी, तो जस्ट क्लिक ऑन द टेबल. ओके यस यस. टेबल, जैसे ही टेबल पे क्लिक करूंगा इट विल मार्क द टेबल विच आई वांट, देन से ओके, हमारा टेबल बन गया. नाउ जब टेबल बन जाता है तो एक टेबल
अस्सलाम वालेकुम रहमतुल्लाह। आप लोगों को जो वर्क दिए हैं वो करें, इंशाल्लाह सर वापस आ जाएंगे। कुछ इश्यू है तो जो
जी।
आपको वर्क दिए हैं वो करें फिलहाल।
माजरत चाहता हूँ, टेक्निकल इशू की वजह से डिस्कनेक्ट हो गया था। ओके, I'll start sharing my screen. ओके, आई होप मेरा स्क्रीन विजिबल है। नाउ जैसे ही आपने इंसर्ट टेबल डाल दिया, यहाँ पे देखिए एक टेबल मेन्यू आया है। इस टेबल मेन्यू में यहाँ पे डिफरेंट कलर्स हैं। आप जो कलर आपको पसंद है आप वो ले सकते हैं। एंड देन देर इज ओ हियर, यहाँ पे हेडर रो, टोटल रो, बैंडेड रोज करके है। यहाँ पे टोटल रो है, इसको क्लिक कीजिए, बाय डिफॉल्ट टोटल रो ऐड हो जाएगा। This is point one. Now I have selected the sales column. मैं सेल्स कॉलम सेलेक्ट किया हूँ। कंडीशनल फॉर्मेटिंग यहाँ पे देखिए, इन दी होम मेन्यू कंडीशनल फॉर्मेटिंग, इस पे क्लिक करता हूँ, कलर स्केल्स में जाता हूँ और फर्स्ट वाला ग्रीन येलो रेड कलर का स्केल इसको सेलेक्ट करता हूँ। बाय डिफॉल्ट दैट कलर स्केल विल कम डाउन। Quickly I'll take questions. उसेल अहमद, आप अनम्यूट करके सवाल पूछिए।
नवीद भाई, सब सब लोग अपना स्क्रीनशॉट शेयर कर रहे हैं, बहुत सारे लोग।
जी,
उनको क्या करना है?
ये एक एक्सेल वर्कबुक खोलना है, यही मंथ जैन फेब जैसे मैंने डाला है वो।
नहीं, नहीं, मैं शोएब बात कर रहा
हाँ जी
हूँ।
शोएब भाई।
स्टूडेंट्स शेयर कर रहे हैं नोट्स मुझे व्हाट्सएप पे।
जी, आ रहा है ना, वो जैसे हमने बनाया वैसा आ रहा है ना।
हाँ जी, कुछ
जी,
लोगों का प्रॉब्लम्स भी है, इसलिए टोटल
उनको
नहीं बना
बोलिए
पा।
यहाँ पे क्वेश्चन क्वेश्चन रेज करें, मैं उसको रिजॉल्व कर देता
ओके, मैं चार्ट ओपन कर दूँ?
हूँ। ठीक है भाई। ये कोई सैमसंग स्क्रिबल कर रहे हैं फिर से। हाउ टू, शफाक अमीर का नाम, हाउ टू गेट कॉमा इन नंबर्स। सिंपल है सर। आप जब नंबर सेलेक्ट करेंगे, यहाँ पे अपना कॉलम सेलेक्ट कीजिए, एंड देन आप होम में जनरल के नीचे एक कॉलम है यहाँ पे कॉमा स्टाइल, इसको सेलेक्ट करेंगे, ऑटोमेटिकली वो कॉमास ऐड कर देगा विथ डेसिमल। और डेसिमल निकालना हो तो यहाँ पे डिक्रीज डेसिमल पॉइंट है, इसको क्लिक कर दीजिए, डेसिमल्स डिक्रीज हो जाएंगे। रोहमा सिद्दीकी, इट इज, पहले आप मंथ डालिए, देन डेट डालिए। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ मैंने डाला Jan 23, तो इट विल टेक द डेट एंड देन इट विल ऑटोमेटिकली गो हेड। ओके, एंड इसको मैं जब ड्रैग करूंगा तो अपने आप आने लगेगा। अगर आप पहले डेट डालेंगी 23 Jan, तो वो नहीं लेगा, दैट इज अ डिफरेंट थिंग। और फिर उसमें डेट्स आना शुरू हो जाएंगे, 24, 27, 28 ऐसे आना शुरू हो जाएंगे। पहले मंथ डालिए एंड देन ईयर डालिए। Roma Siddiqui, I hope you have answered your question. Wait, I should send the screenshot. Screenshots, I request you to send it in the WhatsApp group so that the coordinators can have a look. Shivgami Kumar looks nice. Yes, Shivgami Kumar looks nice. Good. See, Ms. Shivgami, you have book X1 Excel product activation fail. This might be the reason of the cracked version of this thing. There's no harm in using cracked version. You can use it. It will have almost all the features, but it's just that the genuine one will give you an upper hand. So commas in Indian rupee format, we have to change the format. We have to go to the format over here, and then we have to change it. And if you are using Excel purely for the Indian format, so you can change it in the menu. I will share the details when we are into hard coding calculations. Kapish Tanishk Priya Sharma. You can ask Ms. Kapish. Okay, many are facing the problem of total. Okay, I will show the total once again. Just let me restart, stop and Okay. So let's go back. This is my raw data. Okay, this is the raw data which I have entered. Now again, step one, I'm in the home tab. I will go into insert menu. There is a menu called as table. Click on it. Okay, nice. Here, just here and table, it will give you all the data selected. Say okay. This gets converted into table. Okay, and when you click onto it, make sure you don't click anywhere. Here, there is a menu called as table menu. Here in this section, you have total row. Just click onto it, you will get total. Okay. If many are not getting total like this, I will show you one more method. What we will do is, we will just type here total. Okay. Here, say, just keep here the icon and click equals to. You will get here, you have a mathematical calculating sum function. You just click on it, that will show you outline of all these things. Okay. And if the selection part is correct, you just say enter, you will get the total automatically. Okay. I'll repeat it. Now this is the column where I want the total. I'll go at the bottom. Okay. I'll click on the thing. It will automatically select the rows of that column where there are numbers, and you just say enter, you will get the total. Don't worry, regarding the total, sum and average, we will have our detailed classes in functionality part. I just wanted to give you a glimpse how data is entered, how data movement is done. Now, if I'm at the top, if I want to go at the last thing, I'll just say control shift. I'll select all the rows of this column. Okay. Now, one more thing I wanted to show is in Excel, you can have as many sheets as you want. Here you can see sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can rename these sheets to your name, your criteria. Say, like, for example, sheet 2, right click on that and just say rename. You can add it as annual sales. Then you can add a color to it. Just again, right click, tab color. You can select any color which you want, and that will be in that color. Say annual sales is in green color. Now sheet 2, right click, rename, and budget. Okay, I'll change the color to blue. So here, just going with one last point I would like to add. Say if you have many of number of sheets, there are बहुत सारे sheets हैं और आपको अगर उनमें scroll करना मुश्किल हो रहा है, जैसे move करने के लिए यहाँ से आपको click करना होता है. So if you want to go from sheet number 1 to sheet number 20, the simple thing is here on the right arrow, you can just right click. You will get the list of all the sheets over here, and you can double click on the sheet which you want, and you will be on that sheet. So this is the method of switching between sheets. Okay. Okay, quickly. Okay. Okay, फातिमा महाजबीन, अनम्यूट करके सवाल पूछिए. फातिमा महाजबीन.
Sir, my month is still coming opposite, sir. It's coming 23 February, 23 March instead of Feb 23, even though I put month on, after that I put date.
So how did you add it? Say, for instance, Jan dash 23, you have added this dash or the minus sign. Miss Fatima, you can unmute and.
Sir, I didn't add the dash, sir. I just wrote Jan 23. And then still
No.
it comes 23 dash Jan.
See, that will be like, say, Jan 23. It should take Jan dash 23. Otherwise, you add it like this. So you'll get the hand, same for like. Now you just drag and drop. It will automatically fill it. Jan, Feb, March. But for that, you have to make sure your first instance which you are creating should be Jan 23 like this. If it is 23 Jan, it will be in reverse. You will get date, not month. Okay. Okay. Mr. Taimur, you can unmute and ask your question.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me? Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear Mr. Taimur.
Sir, I want to ask how long is this whole course? How much time will it
This is
take?
2 months, Mr. Taimur. See, in
2
the early
months.
class, we will be taking basics, then we'll be moving to intermediate, and then we'll be moving to the expert. Are you looking for any specific module in Excel?
No, no, I'm just here to learn about Excel.
Okay, fine. Thank you, Mr. Taimur.
Thank you.
Miss Anita, you can unmute and ask your question.
Good evening, sir. I just want to know that months I'm not getting, although I typed and sent a picture, but still I'm not able to type the name of the months. Can you please explain again?
Okay, do one thing. Open a
Yes.
different sheet, say sheet
Yes.
3. Okay?
Yes.
And then just type Jan 23. Are you getting
Right.
like this? Jan dash 23, you're getting like this?
Wait, I'll just open, wait. Yes, sir. Opened a new sheet.
Yeah. Then Jan 23, you just enter Jan 23.
Okay. Jan 23. Yes.
You got You got what my
Yeah,
screen?
yes, Jan 23. Yes,
Yeah. Now
correct.
go at the corner. The icon should change to this plus.
Where corner? Achha, this. Okay. Yeah, got it.
Then click onto it and then drag.
Then drag.
Yeah, drag. Click and drag
Okay.
it. See here. It is when you go to the corner, it turns into black.
Yes,
Click,
that.
then slowly drag down. Don't leave the mouse, just click and drag it.
Okay. Yeah, got it. Thank you. Thank you so much. Got it.
No problem.
Thank you.
Yes. Mr. Ali, you can unmute and ask your question.
हाँ अस्सलाम वालेकुम
वालेकुम सलाम।
सर आपने शुरू में एक बताया ना कि अगर आप ऑनलाइन एक्सेल को अगर चाहें तो आप यूज कर सकते हैं तो वो सर एक बार आप प्लीज हमें अगर ओपन करके बता दें तो
ओपन करके
बहुत
दिखाऊं? जी, जरूर।
जी
excel.new। थोड़े लोगों को ये माइक्रोसॉफ्ट लॉगिन पे ले जाएगा, वेयर इफ यू हैव अ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आईडी यू कैन लॉग इन यूजिंग दैट। इफ यू डोंट हैव अ माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आईडी, अगर आपके पास माइक्रोसॉफ्ट आईडी नहीं है तो इट्स फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट, आप बना सकते हैं एंड देन यू कैन एक्सेस इट विद दिस थिंग। से अगर आपने माइक्रोसॉफ्ट 365 का आउटलुक ये मतलब माइक्रोसॉफ्ट अकाउंट बनाया है तो यू विल हैव मल्टीपल ऑप्शंस। से office.com, यहाँ आप जाके साइन इन कीजिए। Okay, here you go and you sign in. You will get features all the office applications like Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint। ये सारे वाले जो applications हैं ये online free हैं without any cost। And आपका पूरा डेटा क्लाउड पे स्टोर होगा, आप उसको शेयर कर सकते हैं however you want। और सिर्फ एक्सेल जाना है तो excel.new, you will be directly in the Excel part। यहाँ आपका नाम रहेगा, बुक का नाम, इसको आप जो नेम देना चाहते हैं देख के सेव कर सकते हैं। ओके, मिस या कपीश तनिष्क, you can unmute and ask your question।
Hello, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good
Sir,
evening।
I'm trying to do in my mobile itself because I don't have my system now.
Okay,
So when I'm dragging the date, like months should become automatically, it's not coming in my mobile. How to do it?
yeah, in mobile there are certain limitations। So this drag and drop in certain functionalities it will work and in certain it will not work, so there's one limitation to it।
Okay, so only in system we can do this.
Yeah, it will be easy for you to do it in the system।
Okay, sir, one more question. After completing this data, if we want to take a printout, so
Yeah,
would it be coming in the columns or we have to select like what we have to do for that?
see now so just for this thing, now I'll just add the table to this। Okay, insert table। Okay, okay, then you just say Control P, or you can go to this thing and you can just take the print, it will directly come।
Oh,
There's one more thing, if you want like if the data is quite big, okay, then there has to be some tweaks to be done so to get all the data in one sheet। I will show that saving in the next classes, say by next when we have on the
that I think we have to hide that column and just select such columns.
You can do hiding, unhiding if you want to hide some data. Otherwise, if you want all the data in the printout, you can get that also. There's no problem in that.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
जावेद अख्तर साहब, आप अनम्यूट करके सवाल पूछ सकते हैं.
Yes, Assalamu alaikum.
वालेकुम सलाम. जी
I
जावेद
want
भाई.
to know how to change this position of this comma. Suppose I want to use the Indian rupee system or
Okay.
international system. Two systems are there. So
Yes.
after every 3 digits, there is a comma, and
Yes.
like thousand and lakhs, like this Indian system.
जी.
So how to change the position of the comma for Indian rupees?
Sure sir. I'll tell you. हम इसको फॉर्मेट करते हैं. We just go to format cells. Okay. Then you have number over here. Yeah, here you have the delimiters. Use 1000 as a separator. इसको निकाल दीजिए. Okay. And then you put the decimal, sorry, decimal तो ये है. Currency. इसके दो तरीके हैं. वन इज वी कैन डू इट फॉर द स्पेशल, वो यहाँ सेलेक्ट करके हम उसको कर सकते हैं. या फिर हम लोग इसको पूरा, अगर आपसे फॉर इंस्टेंस आप इंडिया में एक्सेल यूज कर रहे हैं, तो हम एक्सेल के कोर में जाके इसकी वैल्यू चेंज करते हैं. ये मैं आपको कैलकुलेशन वाले पार्ट पे दिखाऊंगा, सो दैट इट विल बी इजी फॉर यू टू अंडरस्टैंड.
नहीं, जैसे मैं अभी दुबई में हूँ,
जी.
तो अक्सर ये होता है इंडियन रुपीस सिस्टम को भी हमको यूज करना पड़ता है.
अच्छा.
तो फ्रीक्वेंटली मुझे चाहिए कि किसी शीट पे मुझे चेंज करना है ये
हाँ,
इंडियन
तो
रुपी सिस्टम
आपको
जो.
फॉर्मेट उसी में करना पड़ेगा. मतलब आपको रो वाइज या कॉलम वाइज आपको चेंज करना है. तो मैं
जी जी
आपको
जी.
देता हूँ सर. श्योर, मैं आपको शेयर करता हूँ बेस चीज.
ओके ओके.
Ms. Shahnaz, you can unmute and ask your question. Ms. Shahnaz? Okay, next, Jasser Rumane. Mr. Jasser Rumane, you can ask me. Yes.
Sir, let's consider if I want to make a payment to any company and I cannot remember the date. The date is already installed in the Excel sheet. So there is,
Okay.
you can give notification of the payment like we are keeping a reminder in the mobile phone. So same, is there any option in Excel that which can give notification that today I have to make any payment?
Notification, let's say for instance, you have a system, and if your system is open and you want to get notified, we don't have it. But in Excel, you can sort your data. So for example, in today's date, okay, what all payments you have to make, or what all reminders you have to do, you will get in the Excel. You open it, filter, put your today's date, and all the tasks for your today will be listed.
Okay, okay. Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Mr. Rehan, you can ask a question. Mr.
Yes, sir.
Rehan? Yeah, buddy.
Sir, can you hear me? The moment you have selected the raw data and insert table, so filter is coming by default.
Yes.
In my
Yes.
case, it is not coming.
In your case, it's not coming, but you are getting the table?
Yes. Yes, I'm getting the table. And the one more concern I have, why it is colored. You have not selected any color, but your table we can see it's sky blue.
Yes. By
Yeah.
default,
So
if we say table, it will take all the table properties, like headers will get some darker color and the other one it is lighter color. That is the table properties.
I
Now,
think I need to upgrade my.
yeah, may I know which version you are using?
I think I'm not very sure, but 2008, I think.
Okay. Just try this thing, the same exercise in the excel.new. So
Okay.
that is the latest one. And see if you have any doubts in that, and we can carry on.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Jazakallah.
Jazak. Okay. Miss Hema, you can unmute and ask a question.
Hi, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Sir, actually in cells, no, I'm not getting color in. So how to fill the colors in cells?
Okay. You are adding the table, or you just want a specific cell to be colored?
Specific cells to be colored, sir.
Okay. That we will get it in future, but just to your thing, I'll share it. I'll show you.
Huh.
Now say I have added over here as lowest sale. Okay. Now this is not the lowest, this is the lowest sale. Okay. Now I want this to be in red. So I can go to, there are two different colors. One, if I want the text to be red, there is A over here, and you can click, the text will become red. Okay. Now, if I want the background to be color, I can just go here and then I can select it. The background will get colored. If this is the question, I guess I have answered your question. खुर्शीद, आप अनम्यूट करके सवाल पूछ सकते हैं खुर्शीद।
Assalamualaikum. Am I
वालेकुम
audible,
सलाम।
sir?
हाँ जी खुर्शीद भाई, आप
Sir, I
audible।
am getting trouble in adding the sum of table.
टेबल, आप टेबल इंसर्ट करने के बाद टोटल वाला रो ऐड करने को प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, या टोटल ऐड करने के लिए? जैसे देखिए, अभी स्क्रीन दिख रहा है मेरा आपको खुर्शीद
Yes,
भाई?
sir. Yes, sir.
देखिए अभी इस चीज को, ये हमारा
यही नहीं आ रहा है मुझे।
ये डेटा है पूरा। ओके, रॉ डेटा है। मैंने
Yeah.
यहाँ क्लिक किया इसको, आई गो टू इंसर्ट, आई गो टू टेबल, ये टेबल का आउटलाइन सेलेक्ट हो गया है। आई से ओके, तो ये टेबल बन गया। यहीं पे देखिए टोटल रो करके लिखा हुआ है इन द टेबल मेन्यू। यहाँ पे टोटल रो करके लिखा हुआ है मेरे कर्सर के पास। बस इसको क्लिक कर दीजिए, टोटल आ जाएगा।
Thank you, sir.
नावेद भाई, आई थिंक और 5 मिनट काफी है रहेगा बस आज के लिए।
विल close one in next 5 minutes. I request all the participants जो प्रैक्टिस हमने की है, the exercise which we have done, okay, just go through that exercise once again. It is very simple. You add any data, okay, and then just go to insert and then click on the table path. It will automatically select the data. वो अपने आप डेटा को सेलेक्ट करेगा और टेबल बना देगा। okay, this is point 1. नेक्स्ट क्लास में वी विल गो मोर इनटू दी कैलकुलेशंस। तो मैं आपको और भी मेथड्स बताऊंगा जहाँ पे कैलकुलेशंस, ऐड, सम, एवरेज, काउंट, वो सारे फीचर्स आएंगे। ओके, अभी के लिए लेट्स फोकस ऑन हाउ टू स्टार्ट द एक्सेल न्यू वर्कबुक एंड ऑल। एक चीज आई जस्ट वांट टू शो बिफोर वी क्लोज अप इज सेव। इसको सेव कैसे करते हैं? हमें जो भी आपने मेहनत की है, जस्ट गो टू होम। ओके, ये एक्सेल का फाइल में जाके आप सेव कर सकते हैं, या फिर यहाँ ऊपर एक फ्लॉपी है। ओके, जस्ट क्लिक ऑन दैट। जब आप इस पे क्लिक करेंगे, you will have two important things. You can name whatever you want to name it. Say this is test 1 or exercise 1. Okay, you give experiment 1. Now here you have to make sure that your data is saved in an Excel workbook so that you can reopen it in Excel. There are other formats which we will be talking in future, and just say save. It will be saved at a location where you can reopen it. As simple as that. Okay. Going forward, अगर आपको कोई question है तो आप ग्रुप में डाल सकते हैं so that I will prepare for the answers. And then next class से पहले say 10 minutes we will revise what we have done today. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for your valuable time, and see you in the next class. Shoaib bhai, over to you.
ओके, जज़ाकल्लाह नवीद भाई, बहुत बेहतरीन अंदाज से आपने आज हमारा एक्सेल का सेकंड सेशन चलाया। और ग्रुप में जितने भी अभी के लिए अलाउड किए हैं, बाद में अभी थोड़ी देर के बाद में आपको डिसेबल किया जाएगा। आपके नोट्स शेयर कर सकते हैं। क्वेश्चंस वगैरह अभी नेक्स्ट टाइम जब क्लासेस रहेंगे तब राइज कर दीजिए, और भी कुछ भी रहेगा तो हम आपको इन्फॉर्म करते रहेंगे ग्रुप में। ओके, थैंक
Jazakallah.
यू।